Hello, welcome back. Teh Tarik Hour. It's always again two guys here talking nonsense, just
Yes.
sharing our chit chat to the world lah. Uh, Today is a bit of a chill day, lah, but I think Ah Kit bit stressed lah. He always thinking what to do about the topic today. Is it? I tell you, just come in, shoot the shit, just talk only ma. I know you got many things to stress about, but don't need so stressed lah. The topic we want to talk about is what?
What?
The
Don't want to talk about stress.
Hey, stress is a real thing, bro.
You know, when adults 40 years old and both guys, you haven't reached to 14s, right?
I 40 already, bro.
Oh, this year 14.
Ngam ngam ho.
Oh, welcome to the
40
four somethings. But
for something, but also life still struggling. How?
work is stress, family is stress. Oh, you feel like let's say for 20 years old at the time we are 20.
So young, so free.
Young time, right? Like wow, we make monies and then we go travel and then go beers and go and have fun. But after that, you have a families. Your parents is getting older, and then you have families to take care. You will be feel stress.
Not necessarily all is like that. What? There are some people nowadays, like myself, still choose to stay solo. Not really anyone to take care for. Just take care self only. Family wise also okay lah. Maybe some people need to take care family. Some might not lah. Maybe the parents also still can take care themselves. Got some people like this also lah. So the stress is not necessarily the burden of other people. It's maybe the burden of living right now, no?
I think it's stress. Is a very subjective thing. It's some people's like even some single. They also take stress very because the stress is some like very it's an illusion thing. you cannot say how heavy the wave you can put in is a stress. But when something is like you want to do some things because I'm the Wigo, I'm the people. I'm in the September birthday boys. So if something is like wow, everything you want to like perfect, and then maybe you're like good and beautiful, and then will be make myself is more stressed, no. Even this podcast, sometimes without the what you call it, without the topic, and then will come like think about it. We have to start the topic first, and then to start on the podcast.
But that's the balance you want to find, right? Like delivering good quality, but at the same time not over stressing yourself over something that might not necessarily need that level of stress. What you stress so much over the podcast, also you get what you get back also.
No, because I also don't know. It's sometimes like if let's say for we'll go makan or sometimes you want the
you stress over choosing makan, is it?
Stress choosing makan one thing. If let's say I want a table, it becomes very tidy. This is my ideas. It's all the spoon and fork have to put in very nicely and then properly and in good positions. This is my.
That's your level of quality you expect, is it? Like you have that expectation.
This is my expectation in my mind. How come these people put the frog like that? You simply throw like that. I because I'm not say the person is wrong, but I cannot see this kind of thing will be happen on my wheel.
But just to be clear, Aki is saying fork, not frog. Fork. The fork. But no lah. But that is your expectation of what you think should be lah. In your expectation of others there, but in reality, you cannot control a lot of those things. What you can only control what you can control lah, which is your managing your expectation of what is the world around you.
But come to like my age right now, with something is like stress is something is a perfect. We call it perfectness. Perfections. The perfection maybe we can let's say 80%, 70%. You will tell I will tell my own self like, okay, this one is okay, but this one is okay. Doesn't matter. It's nothing is imperfect.
But you keep talking about that, right? I think it's an interesting topic to talk today lah. It's
stress.
Not stress actually. 40s now compared to last time. Is it you think nowadays the 40s people who reach the 40, is it more stressful compared to last time?
Yeah, I think it's if let's say we compare with 14 years old, like my parents 14 years old that time, we really facing the threat is more like the old time, and because the society is different, and then we grow our child also differently, and then we deal with the people also differently.
But here's the funny thing, where you say, oh, last time stress not so much, but now more stress. But living back in when our parents' time, that time, right, it's not an easy time to live compared to now. Like technologically speaking, also,
Mm-mm.
a modern medicine speaking, also, in
Mm-mm.
just every sense of society, we are much better off as a society than we were like 30, 40 years ago. What? Like back then, you want to go from here to, let's say, you want to go Australia or you want to go India and all this, how hard it was to cost the cost of it.
Mm-mm.
Now everyone can afford to go. Or you want to call someone who's studying in the UK. Last time you need to call the phone line. How much did that cost you? Now free, you can just online chat.
Mm-mm.
The our amenities is better, but you say we are stressed more, and even you want to compare physically, right? Like how we used to look, how
I
people
think
used to
the
look back then.
mentality is different. Uh, because like old time, like our parents the time, we just okay. We talk about the student. You send your kids to school.
Mm.
This kind of the ideas lah. Bring to bring to now. We send our children to school. We always use our private car to send the children to school. Not like old time. My parents just me to go to the bus scholar, then let it be. It's just a life is like, oh, you take a bus scholar, go to school every time, just like that. But now the parents have to send the kids from school to come back to home, and home go to the school. This kind of thing, how come they're different already? Make the parents become more heavier duty in the same in the same times.
But that's the thing. You look at it. Oh, last time you can just simply send your kid to school by the bus by themselves like that, right?
Mm-mm. And it's because
And now you need to drive yourself, and you look at it as the responsibility, more responsibility there lah, as a
one is a
parent.
responsibility. You
But
see, the other thing is like, okay, last time how come my parents is not worry me, and then maybe I will be disappear or will be kidnapped, but no worry what.
but okay, see,
But now today's your kids your children's you will worry, oh, so late, how you will be kidnapped or be
no, but this is the thing. I feel like this is a very how to say a programming that happened to us because of the way we are in our society. We nowadays more people put that fear in you already. You read the stories, you see the news, and then you fear this, right? Whereas back then there is no this fear. But I ask you straight, you think back then the risk of a child being kidnapped, there's no risk there, meh? Still got, right?
still got, of
So
course.
what's the difference then and now? The risk is there back
Mm-mm.
then. The risk is still here today. Why last time is not considered a worry, but now it is?
Okay. I have it's just the ideas like I've this thought, this kind of thought
Mm.
You see last time the parents just give the childrens is take the bus collar.
Mm.
But nowadays the parents they're not let the student to take the bus collar. Most of the parents they will send
Okay.
the kids.
Yeah, but why would you look
Then
at that? So
all the peoples become as because we are see a lot of see a lot of the
the crime
newspapers,
and all
the
this,
crime from the paper and from the some other social media.
from social media and all
Mm-mm.
this, right?
Yep.
Isn't it, to me, I find it very interesting that you see this, right? And you see
Mm-mm.
all this crime on your paper and your social media, and then your brain immediately think, wow, there's now more crime, because I see it more, right?
Mm-mm.
But just because you didn't see the crime, your parents didn't see the crime back then, doesn't mean it's not there. What, the crime is still there.
Still there.
If anything, I think nowadays we are much more safer as a society, because if anything happen, what can you do? You got phone, camera all around. You can 999 call 911 or 999 call police emergency. The ability for you to call if something happen is already there. Your pocket already is an emergency button already can immediately call police. So in the technical sense, you are more safe than ever. Back then, okay, you kena, let's say you are a child, you walk home by yourself and then kena kidnap.
Mm-mm.
Who can call? Who can see? If okay lah, I'm a child, I walk the road there, some small kebun there, then kena kidnap. Then who can report me?
Yeah, this is a technology advance you have
So
you mentioned is the
the
technology.
is it the mentality that you think now is more scary because you see more? Or is it because
Okay, the other thing is like I don't know, this is my idea also. My thought lah, it's not ideas, the thought. My thought, if come down to days, the people, the thinking also different from our old time. Because last times the people is very just simple. It's a simple. We live in kampong and then chit chat and then it's a very simple life in Malaysia, especially in Malaysia. It's not those called big city. I don't want to talk about the big cities like those big cities like okay, Shanghai, this kind of big cities, Kuala Lumpur, especially Kuala Lumpur. Last time, back to 20, 30 years, just see a TV very happily. But now you see a difference. They are more like, oh, okay, from our thinking is like, oh, I want to pakai luxury cars. Luxuries means condos will become a good life. Last times, old days, we just sit in the kampong and then the rumah papans, we happily, we our parents. That one is a happiness. I'm not drive a big car, luxury cars. I just maybe very a Potong Saga or some kind of car. I'm still very happy. But now when people maybe are thinking of, oh, we have this and have that and have that, we become a more happy. I want this. My sons go to international school, then they get a more knowledge. Local school, no lah, cannot pakai lah. Last time we also in the Kebangsaan school, but nowadays the parents, oh, cannot lah, Kebangsaan school, cannot. We have to send our kids to international school. Cannot lah, send to UK lah, Australia lah. This kind of thing make yourself more. I think it's this one thinking like, oh, I give the best and best to the next generation. We will try. I don't know lah. This is the ideas I wake
But
up.
I think you're wrong there lah. I want to be straight here because you say, oh, nowadays we compare more to each other lah. Oh,
Mm-mm.
I got this. My neighbor got this big car, then I need to get that big car.
Mm-mm.
Or my neighbor's son went to Australia. Oh, I need to send my daughter to UK or something like that lah.
Mm-mm.
Do you feel that competition is more now? Is it?
One thing is competitions. The other thing is like, the people now, it's not just very simply justified their life. You see, I don't know, because I'm in a Chinese group. I'm Chinese, in Chinese group. The Chinese always is like, oh, I want to buy this, buy that lah, luxury car, luxury condos. But in my heart, always thinking is like, how come you buy this? And maybe you just sleep in the you own a luxury condo. Maybe you just sit inside the one room and then one kate or one bed, only half bed, only what you sleep in a half.
I think you have some blind side there lah, because this behavior I don't think is a new thing lah.
Mm-mm.
You don't tell me back then when you were younger, your grandma or what, like I personally can say my grandma would say, it's good thing you work in the office because the neighbor's son work in the shop only. There's still that the comparison. You want that better, or they will say, oh, look, we got a Volvo, better than a Proton mah. Back then they still have this level of competition or at least comparison there. So I don't think it's or you don't tell me back then the family there who live in the side, oh, I got a nice car. Then the neighbor say, oh, he got a nice car. Also want to get a nice car also lah.
But why? Oh, I feel like
it's just that now you are in that circle already. Last time you're not aware when you were young, what?
maybe.
I think we have that blind vision of thinking, oh, back then so simple, because we are not aware. Now that we are the adults, we are the one having to
true.
do all this.
True also.
Then we come to realize
It's
why
our age issues. Right?
our parents were like that back then.
I think it's our age
Now,
issues.
I will say one thing though, there is a less concern in terms of like overall safetyness lah, or overall safety net back then, because it's not just about physical safety lah. Yeah, nowadays you see all the crime, all this. But why is there the crime? Why is there so many people want to do all this thing? Because there are so many desperate people. Why is there so many desperate people nowadays? Because a lot of people nowadays are forced to find ways to cari makan, to survive. Back then, yes, people also cari makan, but the opportunity, I guess, is more lah, because maybe less people or more social safety nets back then. Government still support you in a way that's you don't worry. Like,
But last time also government not really support what.
depends on which period lah. I say before Mahathir that time can say people can.
But I seriously come back to some regulations, because last time our regulation is not so strong. Maybe some opportunities is there. Like I can open the roadside the food store and just easily I put, maybe it's an illegal food store. Maybe some people's like the police say, okay lah, never mind lah, you just here and do the business when I'm not here, and this kind of got more
regulation thing is
not so tight.
There's a two-way here. One is regulation is good because it helps to maintain quality or safety and all this.
One thing is
I think it's you need some regulation to ensure that level of safetiness lah. But at the same point, people can take advantage of that regulation. What? Then say, oh, you need to pay for this, or you need to get this, or how we want to settle this. Comes the corruption there lah. But the main point here is back then, people may seem happier because there's less things to
the
deal
cost
with.
and living also increase. This is also make people stressed. What? Last time, like our parents, the time they buy a house, they bought a house, and maybe it's 100,000. They can get a flats or condos 100,000. Okay, 100,000, which is the salary. That time also 5K, 3-5K. But now the people also 3-5K. They are want to spend on the cost of living. The house is 500K.
It's interesting you talk about house. Why is housing so expensive nowadays? You ever consider why shelter and
then this nowadays the shelter last time is lesser. You agree or not? The shelter compared with now is the shelter is more, a lot, your choice. Last time not so many shelters, some more lesser.
Okay, so now more choice. So
now is more.
Okay, yeah, you see this thing lah. So last time less, but less choice, but less cost
Less
now
cost.
more choice, more cost
Yeah.
Why? You ever considered why
Why? Not actually is the one who are making money lah. Some the ones are properties the developers.
So you can see why it's expensive, because we commodified, we make it as a luxury good. A shelter, housing.
Yep,
is a luxury
I
good.
absolutely agree what you're saying.
So housing shouldn't have to be luxurious.
But nowadays,
it doesn't. Okay, here's the thing. I want to make it clear. When I say it's not luxurious, doesn't mean it can't be nice. Shelter can be nice. Housing can be nice. Apartment, condo, landed property can be nice. Government approved, nice place. But we are looking at it because we are I want to keep saying, capitalism-driven country, nation, that we must make as much money as possible. So we make something that's necessity into a luxury. That way we can force you to pay more money there.
Okay, you check. Maybe we can check some of the advertisement. You can see nowadays the advertisements on roadside, whatever you can see the property advertisements. High class condominiums, luxury condominiums, wow, 55 facility in town condominium. All these kind of advertisements, the slogans is brainwash you, luxury lifestyle.
But it's also trying to sell you a story there, ma. No meh?
Okay,
That is,
I'm just a very basic. We actually the people here, I don't know lah. Maybe some people maybe a difference. People is very simple. I just need the shelter.
Mm.
I'm not saying I want the luxury house. How many facilities? I also live in condos, right? I also know a tennis court lah, badminton courts we got lah, swimming pool lah. But seriously, 5 days in work, Saturday and Sunday, okay? Saturday and Sunday, some more I'm not also often in my house. Some more I in house in Sundays. I also do my housework and then maybe rest at home. And Saturday, maybe we do a podcast and hang out outside with my friends or some things. I no time to utilize my facilities. Maybe 1 or 2 times in weeks.
But then how much of your salary goes into that place? Probably like 30% at the highest, right?
Okay, it's
You-
nowadays. Yeah, I think it's
So-
more than 50%. Use more than 50% for your. I think 30 to 40% the
Goes
cost
into.
to the properties the properties.
So why is it that high? Because it shouldn't have to be that like that, right? It shouldn't be a housing or living in a shelter, having a shelter shouldn't be a speculative asset. It's not like an investment asset. It shouldn't be an investment asset. To me, I personally feel like when we look at property or at least look at housing, personal housing, we shouldn't let it be like a I buy this because later I want to sell back or use it as a Airbnb so then I can get all the money. I personally feel like that market of using housing is what costs our living cost for getting housing expensive lah.
Yeah.
And this bubbles over and this roll over to a lot of things in our life that cause us to be stressful at this age because the cost of everything increases.
Yeah.
But why it increases? Because of, people want to make money. And why we need to make money? Because cost is increased. So you see the circle here. One eat the other tail already. So it's never ending, So that's why you feel like you are in stress from all these problems, from all these society issues. But when you look at it in society aspect, in technology aspect, standard of living aspect, just like that already. Last time you want to get clean water. How you want to get clean water? You need to have a really good piping system or you need to pay really expensive
Wheel
for filter like that.
Last time you remember a wheel?
Need to ambil the baldi there and then I go the well there. Now your house got a small filter can clean water straight away. You want to go and get food, you can drive easily or you can take public transportation. The amenities, your life as a person,
I think
better.
humans already improve. I mean, not humans, actually Malaysians.
Yes,
Malaysia
as a country improve a lot technologically in that sense. But the stress increases because the cost increase. Why the cost increase? Because people want to make more money. Why make more money? Because cost of living increase. So how do we tackle that? Don't know lah. We are just two so high people talking only lah. But for me, I want much more important is for you to be aware that what causes you stress is not because of today's time and today's technology. What causes you stress is the human factor that's causing you be more stressed lah. Because if you see last time, the kids can walk home, no need to worry. Last time I think still dangerous there. If you walk, as it
because
is today.
last time we are the kids.
Yeah.
Now we are the adult. We
So,
will grow the
maybe,
kids.
but you get the story of all this dangerous thing put into your head. Same like how you have to say like, oh, to be successful, you need to buy all this thing put into your head. You need to have a luxury condo. You need to have a continental car. This is in your head, the success of life. But it shouldn't have to be. The things that are basic for you, healthcare, housing, shouldn't be like education lah. Shouldn't be the biggest concern. But right now, the three most expensive thing in your life for sure: housing, healthcare, and education. You don't tell me these are not the most expensive things in your life, man. 100%. So why is this three most expensive thing the most expensive thing today in our life? Shouldn't we worry about? If we didn't have this thing to worry, I tell you, you can afford to buy a nicer place, or a nicer car, or a nicer phone. But people need to cari makan. I tell you, if people didn't have to worry about those three things, do you think they want to kidnap a kid, meh? Last time, why people want to kidnap a kid? Ransom, right? Oh, I got your child. Pay me money, right?
God also,
But
it's lesser.
of course, there's got some people who are more crazy, but I think that's an outlier rather than the Nila. Why people rob people? The money, right?
Money,
But what if that person, who the robber, didn't have to worry about cari makan, didn't have to worry about a roof, didn't have to worry about getting healthcare? Do you think he would want to steal people? He or she, like this individual?
It's it's very hard to define actually. Last time Malaysia actually
no
also
lah.
got a lot of criminals.
I just ask you, okay, straight. Do you think people do crime because they like crime?
some people is like this.
Some people. How
some
many people of all the crimes in the world you think is do because they really love crime?
Enjoy the crime.
Enjoy the crime. How many people you think do
don't
the
know.
crime because they enjoy crime?
I don't know.
Let's say lah. The snatch. The snatch
movie,
purse snatch purse.
Ah.
The motorcycle snatch the girl.
No.
Do you think they do that because it's a really fun thing to do, meh?
That one, not of course lah. No, not the fun thing to do lah.
So why do people do it?
Cari makan, no?
Cari makan. Okay, like that lor. Let's say okay, that you say that is cari makan. Okay, someone steal from the grocery. Do you think that is a fun thing to do, meh? I think it's not lah. But maybe this person is desperate, so that's why they steal. Okay lah, let's say rob the person from the bank. You take out your cash, then you jalan keluar. Suddenly they say, "Oi, give me your money." You think he do this because he's fun, is it?
No. Actually, criminals. Criminal. We talk. Maybe we can discuss.
Maybe that's a different topic, but
different topic. But seriously, when something is like we solve the people who are the basics lah, the healthy, and then the housing
and the
education. These three things we have solved the people. The criminal, of course, will go disgrace. Means of course in every country also same lah. This is very important. The basic for everyone.
And not to say that Malaysia hasn't done. We have public education and public housing, and public healthcare actually. But the issue is we are not prioritizing that over private. How many times, like you say already, why I want to send the public school, send the international school lor, or the private school lah, because better what? Why it became like that? Or why I want to send to HKL? Better I go the private hospital. Why is that the focus? Why isn't our public services the priority? That is the issue I think cause you to stress because we are choosing private over public for the people one. And then, that trickles down to people feeling the strain. Or I cannot afford public. How to do? Okay lah, I steal, or I rob lah, or do some illegal things to pay for these things. That's what I believe is happening lah. So Ah Kit, your stress is actually not that much lah compared to other people.
I compare with other
No
people.
lah, your stress is valid. The stress that we experience, even from the luxury of sitting here and talking to you people in this podcast on our free time, we all have stress. But to say that last time is more better, it's just because you were young.
Or young, and then because you when we are adults, like we are not say adults, more than adult, more than adult.
But that's the thing.
And sometimes
You say like this, we are old. We should say we are old, but you look at yourself in the mirror and you compare to people back then at your age. You are, we look younger than them. We live healthier than them. We can survive longer than them. Average life expectancy back then, like what, 50, 60 years old? Now you can 80 to 90 years old, ma. So by all measures, we are better living, but we are just more stressed. So how to deal the stress? Mabok.
drink.
How to drink cannot pay. Drink also cannot pay. Now so expensive, is it?
But
come.
stress, how to deal with the stress? Okay, I give you the ideas. I don't know. Some people deal with the stress is different people. There are different methods of dealing with the stress. Some people maybe go for drink, and some people maybe go for drive, maybe alone drive alone, and then maybe some people is go and travel. But for me, actually, I will some things because we have a belief on from certain religions. I will put something is like God will lead me, and then this kind of mentalities. Actually, I'm not many stresses because I will believe the God will lead me to the right track and right pace. So I'm not much on worry on that. But sometimes it's like work lah, and then sometimes yes I will like I will stuck. Maybe I go for a run. Then I'll thinking like that, and then we'll be set. I mean, I've got solutions after I run, and then no thinking so much, and then okay, like really. This is how I deal with the stress.
Stress is, yes, how you deal with stress. There are many ways, and people can choose how to approach.
Mm-mm.
Solving that stress lah. Some people go religion.
Mm-mm.
Some people go for gym. Some people might need to see a doctor.
Mm-mm.
The point here is that however your stress is, the approach there, the solution there, there's more than one way already for you to choose to deal with it. But at the end of the day, it's like to see where your stress is coming from also. What is causing your stress, ma? Because yes, that might temporarily solve it, but it doesn't fix it. Right.
So okay.
So
Fix it. It's depend on the people's how you deal with the stress lor.
right. Also,
Some people
stress,
is like let it be lor. And just like
some people is like that lor.
let it be lah.
Some people can let it be, some can let it go also. So
See
see how you're dealing but at the end of the day, it's just
sometimes we try like we are trying to fix it. The issues you try to fix. Of course, every issues come to your life actually is a challenge. How to fix the challenge? How to fix it? After you really I try so many times I cannot fix it, then let it be lah. Maybe become one day this one actually is obstacles, and then you just
or it shouldn't be your problem to deal with in the first place lah.
You know, just
we always think that maybe it's our choice or our job to do it. Maybe it's not.
But today, actually, before we start this podcast, I have an idea. I don't know what to talk. You know, really one thing is like, I feel like the work is stress. I just the mind is stress, and then after the talk in the podcast, like
you dive it, you explore, and then you share out. Is it
just
pump here,
like the trash, you know?
But that's what our podcast is for, lah. Is in a sense to speak out and understand why, lah. And hopefully for you guys watching as well, and listening, it is a way for you to understand, to come to that realization as well, lah. We just want to share.
Maybe your guys got some stress. You want to share with us?
Yeah,
you know,
because some people might not be able to articulate
this topic. I already got the caption already. You got
caption.
stress.
There you can see the image there. But what do you guys think? Do you have your own stress now that we're close to the end of 2025? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoy what we do, please share, like, subscribe. You know, we really hope you guys can support us so we can keep doing this content, sharing our thoughts, sharing our opinions here lah.
If not, we are more stressed. If let's say your guys is
Yeah,
not
don't say like
stressed.
that lah. Then you stress them. As always, if you want to reach out to us, tehtarikhour@gmail.com. And until then, we will see you guys on the next episode. Goodbye.